Hello, welcome to this new moon reading. I am quite excited about it for you. Things are shifting, timelines are diverging, and so much is going on and happening. And for me, I found myself a few years ago saying, "Oh, I'm so influenced by the moon." I would not know that the moon was coming because I was really busy, but I would feel a really specific way. The new moon, I would feel just tired and down, almost depressed. And the full moon, I would be energized, and sleeping at night would be more challenging. And it was just so obvious that it wasn't me knowing the moon. And then that happened in my reality. It was noticeable how much I felt the moon. And there's some interesting things going on. Is the moon engineered? Was the moon put there by star beings? It's whatever timeline you choose to amplify. This is a belief-based reality, and there are infinite timelines to believe, to embody, to ascribe to. Personally, I ascribe to the moon as this natural, organic moon in our universe, in our vision at night. And I speak to her and I ask her, see, when we're unconscious and we're just going about our day, we're kind of at the whim and the whimsy of the collective's loudest narrative. And there's a really loud narrative right now in the spiritual community that the moon is engineered and doing things to us. But at any given time, you can choose your reality and state of being. So for me, I speak to the moon and I ask her, "Are you with me right now? Are you with me in love, in light, in high vibrational energy?" And she always responds back, "Yes." But if I weren't living in that chosen, connected state of presence, yeah, I used to say, "Oh, I'm so influenced by the moon." And I realized there was a little bit of victim mentality in that. And I decided that I am a goddess priestess and I can choose to know the phases of the moon and harness the energy and the power of the moon to fuel my life, to amplify and expand my life. And that is a much higher timeline to vibrate on. So I just wanted to share that with you. And many of you watching this are in my monthly membership group where you receive this reading and the full moon reading every month. For those of you not in the group, I'm just putting some of these readings out on occasion, and there's so much more waiting for you in the membership group if you would like more readings per month, not to mention the daily energy forecast, which tells you what's going on with the moon, what to expect. It's every single day, well, 5 days a week. And the energy forecast gives you a breathwork tool, very simple and easy, different each day. Some things you can nourish your body with, like teas and food that goes along with that. Also, an embodiment tool, a ritual if you would like, and just knowing what's happening and why makes just such a big difference. You get that every day, and the Friday one is for the whole weekend. Plus, you get 4 monthly classes. Some are pre-recorded, some are offered live to the group, and so much more. It's only $55 a month. Honestly, just the forecast. Daily is worth more than 55, and just the 4 temple classes a month, that's worth like 88. So just one of these things is well beyond the membership. So if you haven't checked that out, if you're not already part of it, if you're a part of it, thank you. I'm excited. We have a nice handful of us getting started. I know it's going to grow. And We're inviting more friends. Okay, so let's drop in Page of Wands, adventure, excitement, fresh ideas, cheerfulness, energetic, fearlessness, discovery, young spirit, limitless potential, and extrovert. I love this card. So when I do readings, I typically find that the first card that I pull ends up being the heart, the center of the reading. Everything kind of is born and evolves from that. So this is telling me that you, like me, have some very exciting adventures coming up. I have the Bali Retreat coming up in September, and I just launched Mexico April, where Chichen Itza is one of the 44 sacred sites that's been waiting 12,000 years to be activated. And the retreat group and I are going to help activate that and activate the light code. So I have so much adventure and travel coming up. And if you've been feeling stagnant or just feeling like you're not sure what you're meant to step into, that there's something waiting for you. This is something that many, many, many of us have been feeling really strongly, myself included. I feel like I've been in a cosmic soup for a good while now. But the smoke is clearing, right? There's timelines diverging. People, the collectives are waking up. And as things clear, you get to be not just a way shower, but a way finder. So go out and adventure. I just feel like I am meant to tell you to do something, to plan something soon within the next 2 to 3 months. Plan something, because sometimes planning something means, that something happens later. Something that feels like adventure to you, something that you haven't done before, something outside your box. Maybe coming on a retreat with me, maybe something else entirely. Um, but yes, we have new things. And this is a new moon, right? And so a new moon, adventure, excitement, fresh ideas. New moons are where we plant seeds for the future and wait for the harvest. Okay, so this flipped right out. Two of them flipped right out. Dream a beautiful dream. I love that. We are remembering and co-creating the new earth. You are part of it. You wouldn't be watching this if you weren't. So how and where in your life can you raise your vibration, allow higher emotions, more joy, more presence, more peace, more happiness, more movement, more nourishing of your mind, body, and spirit? Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. I love this because it's new moon energy, and new moons have to do with darkness. It's the darker nights of the month or around the new moon, and relax the hold of darkness. I love that. Be a cause. When I see this hold of darkness, it makes me feel like the collective energies. There's just so much anger and frustration, and people just sharing really negative articles about this and that and all the things. And yes, we need to be informed. Like, this is important. Information is important to awaken, but you don't have to let these stories cling to you or feel heavy in your energy system, right? So it's saying, and be at cause. How can you be at cause? By living your highest timeline, by doing all those things we just said. I say it, I think, every single video. It's so cliche, but honestly, living your best life is so simple, but we don't make it easy because we should on ourselves with all of our to-dos. I need to do this. I should be doing that. I need to spend 2 hours doing this. I haven't done this. This is waiting. Da 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 da. And then we don't do the things like movement, breathing, singing, dancing, playing, laughing, and self-care. Like, maybe you don't have time for all of that every day. I get it. But where and how can you weave this in? And that's another reason why I love my inner circle membership group, because it's exactly what we're doing. Embodiment tools that are quick, that keep you grounded throughout your day. And they're so powerful. I created it for myself, to be honest, because I feel so energetically sensitive that I wanted to know what to expect the next day, each day, so I could work with that and live in my highest timeline and my highest vibration. The ladybug and sweet pea Happiness. Yep. This, ladybugs are a sign of luck. I don't really believe in good luck. I just believe in alignment. But sure, we could throw some luck in there too if you want to. So I hope that you see a ladybug within the next week, within the next 7 days. I wish for a ladybug to visit you and to remind you that happiness is a state of mind, a state of being, and a state of alignment. So, what is it that you need to align with for happiness? Maybe it's a beautiful dream. Are you shooting on yourself? Do your dreams, your goals, and aspirations light you up? Follow inspiration. People struggle with following inspiration because they start asking themselves, should I do this? Will this make me money? Does this make sense? Is it practical? These are the wrong questions to ask. Not necessarily. Don't let me give you bad advice. Yes, they are good questions to ask after you've leaned into your excitement. What excites you? What lights you up? What do you get excited about offering? I'm feeling some watery energy. Take a breath with me. Inhale, hold it. Let it out. Okay, these cards are interesting. Okay, regeneration and nurture yourself. Wow. Okay, so I do know this deck, and there's not necessarily a lot of cloaked beings, but this is sort of like a double cloaked being here. And then nurture yourself is obviously a cloaked being. And so this goes right along with the new moon energy, because again, the new moon energy is about going inward, hibernating, crawling into your bed and doing a luxurious breath work, and then deepening into twilight or a nap or a meditation. Are you taking time out to do these things, to nurture yourself and to regenerate? A new moon is a great time to do this because, again, the new moon is the darker, quieter, less energized energy, and you can go within into your own cocoon. Breathe. Ah, it feels so good to breathe full, deep breaths. Your breath controls your nervous system, and humans are the only species alive able to control their nervous system through breath. And so, really, literally taking deep belly breaths where it starts at the base of your belly, rises up and goes all the way into your chest, and then you release it super long and slow. This is so powerful in helping you be centered, embodied, to nurture yourself. Okay, crow, sorry, that's a grow, crow woman, sacred law. Ooh, that's cool. Crow woman. Crows are incredibly intelligent, like super, super intelligent, and also witchy. And this definitely, even though she has a full moon behind her, this is some darker, more nurturing energy. And what does the crow woman have to tell you? It's so interesting. There's four crows and actually five. And this again is inviting you to go deep within. Do you see her eye? It's like she's looking at something that you're trying to hide. And I don't mean hide. I don't mean hide from yourself or somebody, like you're harboring a secret. It could be that. But what I'm picking up on is she is looking into your soul. And there is something. It feels like a splinter. There is a splinter for you to release from your energy field, something possibly remaining from childhood, something possibly that's been literally like a thorn in your side for some time. And she's telling you it's time, enough already. Pull it out, sit with it, be with it, pull it out, do the work. And this new moon is a powerful, amazing time to do that. So I pulled a card from each deck, and now I just feel like I want to go back through them and see what else this new moon has in store for us. Allow yourself a deep breath. Well, it's certainly not every card in the deck. I mean, it could be, but this one fell out, so I think we'll go with that. Interesting. Another Wands card, perseverance, resilience, testing of faith, a final push, boundaries, last stand, grit, close to success, and fatigue. Okay, so close to fatigue, and you see this is kind of a dark card as well. So this is definitely a new moon energy. You need to nurture yourself. And it says close to success. It also says last stand. So it's telling me there is something testing of faith. There's something testing you right now. Maybe it's something you want to do. Maybe it's a project you started and it's just not exactly where you want it to be. And you're kind of like, should I be doing this? I don't know. Rest, nourish, nurture yourself. What is that little thorn that needs to be pulled out of your energy field? And it's important to make sure you're checking in with your boundaries so that no one thing, no person, or no things or people are convoluting this space. So, boundaries, but you need to persevere and stay resilient. It doesn't mean take a break. Or, I mean, I'm sorry, it doesn't mean you shouldn't take a break. Take this break around the new moon. Remember, we're heavily influenced by the moon energies 3 days before, 3 days after. And that's almost an entire week, right? So give yourself this week. Don't make any rash decisions. Don't make any decisions today about your future endeavors, your goals, your dreams, your passions, your joy, your happiness. Just be with it. Let this be a state of marination and rooting into it. Okay, we're going to pull 4 more cards. Release the dark wound. Let love live. Okay, so for those of you who do my readings or have done a private reading with me, I love to do these on Zoom. It's all about you and it's very specific. This is a very generalized group reading about the moon. But for those of you who know, my readings are not dark, and none of this is actually dark. I feel like all of this is actually like fertile, like juicy, like good stuff. No mud, no lotus. If we don't have challenges and frustrations and struggles, how do we rise and grow? The lotus flower has to have the mud. Down at the bottom of the lake, it has to have that fertile soil to root deep into. That is your tragedies, your traumas, your experiences, your all the things that you've had to overcome. And look, she's like releasing this fish, and you see it's like half bones, but half like as it goes back to the water, this dead fish is returning into life and vibrancy. So this just tells me again that there is something needing to be released from your energy field. There is something. And also, I do Akashic readings, so I'm not trying to sell all my stuff on here, but I do actually just feel so called to tell you. In the past, I would never talk about the things that I do in the sessions. I would do it just like, oh, they'll find me if they need me. But I am so confident about what I do and so excited about how I can help you. And literally, most of you watching this probably know, but you can do one Akashic question with me for $11. So I know that healing, wellness, and all the things people can get expensive. You don't have to do a multi-$100 reading with me, although those are like 20 pages and life-changing. But if there's something bothering you, if you're not even sure what it is, and you would like some rituals, some tools, some inquiries, and some help in moving through that and how to release that, please reach out. It's what I do, and it's my favorite thing. Okay, so I believe we have 3 more cards to pull. Here it is, Transcendent. So yeah, look at her in the water, and moons are very connected to water and the tides. And I live in the Florida Keys, and I watch the tide on a full moon is so much higher than when it's not a full moon. It's just obvious. I've lived here for over 20 years, and that's just another thing I've witnessed with my eyes, regardless of my spiritual beliefs. So transcendence is coming for you. And again, you need to do this inner sacred work sit with the wounds and the splinters. And I just feel called to tell you that healing is not linear. I said this in a recent message, but sometimes we might be sitting here like, well, I don't have anything. Like, I already did that. I already did healing around that. And I did this inner child work with that session and I'm good. I've done that. Well, sure, maybe, but healing is not linear. It's a spiral. And it goes deeper and deeper and deeper into like a cone. So think of a spiral cone. So sometimes we circle back around on the same thing because there's just something else for us. Another realization, another layer, just one more little thing that perhaps we are revisiting for integration, and integration supports us in transcending. Like, how can you rise above what's just holding you down, right? We got to snip the cords, we got to pull the thorns out, and we rise. All right, two more. The horse and bluebell, modest fortitude. I've had horses come up a lot. I don't know. We can't always connect with horses, but if you can, just being able to touch a horse is such a beautiful thing. They're such gentle, majestic creatures. And this is just really beautiful. Modest fortitude. I mean, fortitude to me means strength. Like, look how big a horse is in size, but they don't yell, they don't scream. They're like gentle giants, right? So, where can you be modest in the sense of, like, I almost am feeling the word humble, just being humble for a time, going inward, hermiting, just absolutely carving out some time around this new moon. I'm not saying it needs to be days, but can you carve out 3 days where you take a restful nap? Or even if it is just one day where you do a breath work and then the next day you do a meditation. And remember, these things don't have to be 20, 30, 40 minutes of your time. You can do meditation or breath work for 5 minutes or less, and it does have a powerful impact on your day. Wow, this card just flew out. The star, Pleiadian star goddess. Oh my gosh, I love this, and I love this as our final card because those of you who know me, I am just all about the star realms right now and the star nations. They're connecting with me on just like massive scales and loudness. And the star is kind of like the tarot, even though, this is the mythical goddess tarot. I didn't fully realize that. This is a tarot deck. Um, so I see. Okay, so I think the crow is part of the major arcana of this deck. Someone gifted me this deck and I love it so much, and it's new to me. The star, as we know in the tarot deck, if you know, is also part of the major arcana. So this is a part of you wanting to shine. And how does this part of you shine? Through all these things we've talked about: taking rest, going inward, being introspective, seeing what is still in there to release, and how you can step up into your highest, brightest timelines. So spending time under the stars is an amazing practice. And as we finish up this session, I feel that the Pleiadians are wanting to share a little transmission for you with you. So I shall close my eyes and breathe. And they want you to remember that time and space do not exist. And so even though you may be watching this video as a recording, this transmission is still very live, real, and felt in the present moment. So we invite you to close your eyes as well and breathe deeply into your belly. We are here. We are supporting you in the new earth, the remembrance. We are not the only star nation and collective of being supporting you. You don't need to know who we are exactly, what our purpose is, or our names, although people do like to name us. We are one of the oldest civilizations that have been supporting the experiments of Earth. We understand hearing the word experiment can feel negative, heavy, or dense to some of you, as if being in an experiment is something like a lab rat that you did not consciously choose. You did choose. And so rather than tuning into it as an experiment, think of it of all of the new earth versions that can be remembered and born. So rather than experiment, shift your belief and thinking into remembrance. You're only part of the experiment when you are unconscious, when you are not aware, and when you are not awake. You are part of the experiment if we go into the lower vibrational timelines, when you are hurrying, when you are busy, when you are eating from convenience and consuming and doing from stress, and to reach for something for relief. When you slow down, when you embody, when you move, when you breathe, all those things Jolie spoke of, you begin to choose your timeline, and therefore you are no longer part of any experiment, but the co-rememberer of the new earth, which you chose, which you saw before your personal council of guides, this life you are currently living, and you chose to be part of this. We understand that as you begin to remember things, it's not always as pleasant as you hoped it would be. We understand there are bumps and challenges and many emotions alongside the journey, and we assure you that we are here for you. And it's not just us, it's any realm in spirit, any being, any collective that sparks your heart, your enthusiasm, your excitement. That could be an angel, it could be archangels, it could be us, the Pleiadians, or a Pleiadian being, it could be Syrians, Arcturians, Andromedans, Lumerians, a god, goddess, or even tree beings. It is infinite and endless. Trust what excites you. Use your imagination, connect to us, hear our messages, feel our love. No matter what it seems is happening on planet Earth, you are powerful and the light is dawning. We transmitted a message long ago in through a book called The Bringers of the Dawn. And you, dear soul, watching this are one of those bringers of the dawn. The light is rising up over the earth. The sacred sites, the portals, and the light grid are reactivating again in this lifetime you're currently living after 12,000 years. Jolie keeps saying it, we keep saying it through her, we keep saying it, that there is nothing you need to do but live your highest joy, your highest timeline, step into happiness, and do all of those beautiful things that make you feel most abundant and alive. And that is enough, because you are a node on the grid. You are it. You don't have to go anywhere, travel anywhere, or do anything to do this work unless you wish to. And when you wish to, do it from joy, do it from adventure, do it from excitement, do it from exhilaration, do it because you need a change. We invite you to close your eyes if they aren't already. And breathe into your belly. And we are sending light down through your crown and up through the soles of your feet. Can you feel the light moving through you from both directions, filling your entire being and form? Breathe this light into all of the dark spaces, the nooks, the crannies. Breathe this light into all areas that need love, light, or healing. Breathe all of this light into your mind space, softening the mind, creating more spaciousness between thoughts, so that you receive and reside in clarity and truth. Breathe a few more breaths, knowing you can call upon this light, the light of the Pleiadians or the light of source consciousness at any time, in any moment of quiet contemplation. It is done, it is done, it is done, and so it is. I feel there's one final tarot card wanting to come through for a total of 3 to seal this reading. There it is. Whoop, there it is. Page of Pentacles. Manifestation, grounded, ambitious, gift, goal-oriented, financial opportunity, planner, consistent, loyal, faithful messenger. This is a beautiful blessing to end this. So all of this work is going to bring amazing, beautiful, fruitful abundance. And look, it's almost like all you need to do is reach your hands out to receive it. So do your cocooning, do your self-care, curl up in your bed, hermit, do all the things. And in that, make sure your hands are open to receive. And yeah, this grounded word is coming in strong. Get in connection with the actual earth. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you for the full moon. Reach out for an Akashic reading, a private session. And if you're not part of the membership group, the Inner Circle, we'd love for you to join. See you next time.